Okay, we're almost done here. Oh boy. Actually, I'm surprised on this one. Sharknado 5, Global Swarming. Continues things off, of course. And I was saying before on my previous reviews that this was my least favorite. Funny things happen. It actually became one of the ones I enjoyed the most. Maybe the first time I watched it, maybe I wasn't in the mood for it. Maybe this time I watched it and I was in the perfect mood for it. Who knows? But this one I actually enjoyed more than the fourth, to be honest. It's uh, it's got a lot of fun factor to it, which is what these Sharknado films need. And compared to some of the others, when it came to like lagging and slowing down and getting boring, this one doesn't really do that. It kind of holds its fun factor for the whole time, the whole length of it, 90 minutes. You got Nova back too, so that's a really big plus. Any film that has Nova in it, being that she's hot as shit and it's really entertaining as well, is a good thing. So she's right at the beginning of this one, and yeah, it's a lot of fun. So starts at Stonehenge, where well, it starts where April and Finn are at in London. They're about to make this speech for this NATO company, which they're famous for stopping Sharknado, so they're about to do this whole speech for the government of England and all that. And Nova's off at Stonehenge trying to find this artifact, which is called a harness for Sharknadoes, because apparently Sharknadoes have history, and all throughout history, Sharknadoes have been legendary, and all kinds of generations of human have always had to fight Sharknado. So this has been like a whole global thing that's been going on, and then a Sharknado, of course, T10 Sharknado, I think they call it, starts to destroy all of London, and Finn's little son has this helmet that has a fin on it, and I forget his name actually. I think it's Gib or something like that. And this helmet actually is successful in destroying sharks somehow. It's like a piece of plastic, but of course it's able to kill sharks. You've got Finn riding sharks. He's riding sharks through like buildings and shit. Through the like wherever the Queen lives. I forget where. Stonehenge is obviously destroyed. And then Finn gets stuck in a tornado, and basically the plot of this one is Finn and April and Nova trying to rescue Finn from a tornado. And it's called global swarming because basically the tornadoes that they get into turn into vortexes that transport them to all kinds of cities around the world. So they go to Switzerland where they start skiing, and April, because she's superhuman now and half robot, she turns into a human helicopter, and she creates another Sharknado that blasts them to Australia. And another cool plot point in this one is that Nova has always been part of this group called the Sharknado Sisters, which is basically this private group that works underneath the government, trying to, you know, trying to learn how to basically harness Sharknadoes or stop them in general. That's why she was looking for this artifact at the beginning, which is this trinket that can, I believe, either start or stop. I don't know. I turn my brain off for these films, so I kind of just half pay attention to them, but it's fun to see them like bounce around through every city and just have havoc going on everywhere. And you got obviously cameos galore. They end up in Italy, and Fabio is the Pope. And Fabio ends up giving Finn another beautiful, like, half chainsaw, half sword weapon, which is some amazing looking thing that's absolutely ridiculous at the same time. And it basically finishes off in Tokyo, where this trinket, this harness, Nova calls it a harness, it ends up gathering a bunch of sharks and turning them into this giant creature thing made up of sharks, and they start calling it Sharkzilla. So this film features Sharkzilla, quote unquote, officially. And yeah, then it kind of finishes up in Tokyo until Finn and April end up in Egypt, where they cause this whole kind of siege with all these ancient artifacts that end up destroying all the sharks on Earth, but at the same time kind of turn it into a like post-apocalyptic area. And then you got your last cameo at the end of the film with Dolph Lundgren, which is Finn's son that came from the future, because now Sharknadoes are causing vortexes that also go through time and can bend time and space, not just teleport. So that's a mouthful, and that's a brainful, and that's what basically leads up to the finale, which will be Sharknado 6, the last one. And it actually is the last one. Unless they make a Sharknado 7, I highly doubt they will. I think they plan to wrap this up pretty nicely and leave it where it is. Like I said, this one is one of the most fun of the series, surprisingly, because like I said, I found it one of the most boring the first time I watched it. I don't know why. And the characters are cool. Like I said, I always loved the Sharknado films that Nova is in. I like her, and I like how they introduced this ridiculous Sharknado sisters plot, and there's a part where she recruits Finn's sister, or Finn's cousin, sorry, Gemini, from the last Sharknado, Sharknado 4, and there's this whole bit, being Finn, that's all overprotective. He's not happy about that, but it turns out that Gemini was part of this group, and she's part of like, she's been working with Nova since whatever. And we find that out in this film. But that's all I got for that film. The apocalypse has teeth, and yeah, this is. I think that's the biggest thing I didn't like when I watched this at first, is the ending of it, where it went into time travel, because that sets up for, I think, too much in the finale. But from what I remember about Sharknado 6, I also didn't like that one very much, but either I'll like it even better, or I'll still hate it, or hate it even more. I'll just have to see. The friggin' weapon he gets from the Pope, though, it's pretty wicked. Again, loaded with cameos. You got Bret Michaels, who shows up in London when they're fighting sharks, and he starts playing Poison music, obviously. Fabio, like I said. Dolph Lundgren, like I said. Clay Aiken is in here. He's playing a British guy. Really, really random to see Clay Aiken. You got Chris Kattan in here. Tony Hawk makes an appearance as Skater, because, you know. Gilbert Gottfried is back with his infamous voice, and yeah, it's a fun one. Sharknadoes are fun, man. You just turn your brain off. Some of them are too much, but for the most part, they're exactly what they're gonna give you. So you either are on board or you're not. That's it, though. So subscribe to Morgan Film Fan if you like to listen to my voice, or if you like my reviews, and I will be back for the last one soon. So stay tuned for that, and check out my other videos. Until next time, cheers.